Here we go. Greetings. There they come in. Hi, Brian. Hi, Galway girl. Hello, Denise. Lampley. Hi, Robin. Hey, Mr. Holiday. Galway girl's looking for you. Greetings to all of you. It's good to be with you. Are you ready, Tank? Three, two, one, go.
The recording has started.
Greetings, family. Welcome to another one of your Frank 26 UB Tubies. It's good to be with you. It is the 2nd of November, 2022. I greet you in agape love. We are KTFalways.com, which stands for Keep the Faith Always in Our Heavenly Father. We are a Christian-based organization. Before we do anything, we always go to our Father's throne room to honor Him, to glorify Him, for permission, for help, for guidance. Let us do that right now. Abba, Heavenly Father, by the blood of your Son Jesus, I enter your throne room with great happiness in my heart. I really believe in the product that we're going to share tonight. I believe that it will help people. We've been looking for something like this, Abba. Let it be a blessing to many. I hope that those that are with us will be able to understand and be able to capitalize on what this product can do if they suffer from this terrible disease of diabetes. All honor and glory to you tonight, Father, and we thank you for everything. It is in the name of your Son, by the Holy Spirit, that we pray. Amen. 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 Doris, thank you, Doris. There you go. Bless your little heart. Thank you for your financial contribution. If anybody feels in their heart that they want to help us with a financial contribution, you can find it underneath the chat. You'll see all the little tabs. You not only bless my wife and I, but you also bless those that we help. Thank you kindly. All righty. Well, ladies and gentlemen, tonight we have our promo, our Wednesday promo. And if you remember on Monday, we brought Aaron. We brought Brother Aaron in. And he gave you a little preview, just a little preview of what we're going to talk about tonight. Personally, I've been praying. I've been praying to God, asking Him to bring us the right things that we need for our brothers and sisters. And it turns out that this is a prayer being answered because I'm concerned about diabetes. It's sad. Our society, the whole world, we have a lot of overweight people. We have a lot of obesity. It's not good. And it's not because they're sitting there eating and getting fat. Most of the times, it's because they're eating the wrong food, because they can't afford to eat the right foods. It's sad, and it throws their homeostasis off. It throws all of their vital signs off. It throws the numbers off, and you end up with secondary issues like diabetes. Diabetes is a terrible disease, and our brother Aaron is going to tell you a little bit. As he introduced himself on Monday, he told you he's blind because of diabetes. He told you he's been that way for a long time, a very long time, many years. And he told you that something happened rather dramatically. We're not here to tell you that there's a cure. Of course not. But I would love for you to listen one more time to the testimony of our brother Aaron. And then Aaron is going to introduce the people that he brought with him, and they're going to teach you about this product, family. Listen carefully. Take notes, because when he's done talking to you, and by the way, his name is Sam. Sam is the founder and CEO of this product, this company. And the product is called Immune. Immune. So, without any further delay, Brother Aaron, are you there?
I am. Good evening, Frank. Good evening, Jan.
Hey, it's good
God bless you both.
God bless you too. It's good to hear you. You go right ahead, take the floor, and when you guys are done, you turn it over to me. And may I suggest, Aaron, that when Sam talks, you mute your phone, okay?
I definitely will.
All righty. The floor is yours, gentlemen.
Good evening, family. Good evening. I want to share my story, my personal story, and then I'm going to introduce Sam, the catcher, the founder of the company, to explain really how this thing came about and how it works. For those of you who don't know, I was diagnosed 34 years ago, at the age of 30, with type 2 diabetes. Came as a surprise to me. I wasn't going in for that problem. And they put me on an oral medication initially, which just made me feel horrible. I had brain fog. I just didn't feel right. Lost my appetite, dizziness, and I immediately stopped taking it like within a couple of weeks. And at 30 years of age, we all go back to that time, we kind of think we're invincible. So that's kind of where my mind was at. And, it's a silent disease, diabetes. And so I really wasn't, noticing any symptoms of any kind. Although I was starting to test my blood sugar and it started to be very, very high numbers, I kind of ignored it because I was taking a lot of different supplements. I was an athlete. I played ice hockey for many years during that time. And I thought nothing, of these numbers because I was putting these great supplements in my body. Well, my wife and I figured out we spent about $300,000 in the last 34 years just on supplements and products and different health companies, the best in the world that we knew of. And I'm sure they did incredible things in my body, but they did not address my diabetic condition. And over time, as it's working through my system, it just eats away at your organs. And I ended up having to go on dialysis in November, day before Thanksgiving, November of 2006. So 16 years ago this month. And 3 weeks after I started on dialysis, I was driving my daughter to school, and my eyesight went out while I was driving. My right eye went out completely. My left eye pretty much just could see a little bit of light out of it. The good Lord found a way for me to get home, and that's the last time I ever got behind the wheel of a car. So, needless to say, it's been a rough road for my wife, my son, my daughter, myself, with having this get hit twice, with having to go on dialysis and then losing my sight within 3 weeks of each other, and the whole load fell on my wife, taking care of everything, which has been a real struggle. But in the meantime, I have a dear friend who I met about 28 years ago in another company, and she called me up in July of this year. She said, "Aaron," she says, "I got to tell you about this product. A little bit about this from the past. You got to try it." I said, "Well, I've tried everything. Go ahead. You want to send me a bottle? I basically cannot afford any." So she sent me a bottle. And then she put me on the phone with a gentleman who's on this call tonight by the name of Jeff Allen, who has become a very, very dear brother in Christ, a dear friend of mine in a very short period of time. And Jeff spent some time talking with me on the phone. He also discussed that his wife has had 2 kidney transplants. And since I've had a kidney transplant in 2010, that really got me listening hard. And we talked, and I said, "You know what? I can't afford this. I just can't afford it." And a few days later, a box showed up on my door with 4 bottles of product. And so I called Jeff up, thanking him immensely, started to take it, and testing my blood sugar in the mornings, fasting, my numbers over the next 35 days, 22 of those days, my numbers were between 85 and 99. And for those who know anything about diabetes, those are normal numbers for people who don't have the disease. So my wife, thinking, "Wait a minute, there's something wrong with this meter. We got to change the battery." Well, after we went through a couple packs of batteries and the numbers kept coming up in that range, we were convinced, hey, this is really working. I also had brain fog, probably the last 30, 40 years, from concussions and hockey and from high blood sugar. My brain fog went away almost immediately. I have complete 100% mental clarity. I went to get a physical done on September the 12th of this year, 35 days after I started the product. Complete physical, all my blood work. The next day, my nephrologist called me, and he couldn't believe the numbers. He was kind of yelling at me on the phone like, "This can't be right. You got to get retested." And he starts reading me my numbers, and they were off the charts. My A1C, for those of you who are familiar with that tests the last 90 days of your blood sugar running 24 hours a day, 7 days a week in that system. Mine has always been in the 8s, the 9s, a couple of times in the high 7s. It was 6.8. In 34 years, I've never had a blood sugar reading in the 6s. So we were just so excited, when that happened. My blood pressure in the office that day at my physical was 117/76, which is fantastic. Again, for those of you who are diabetics, your blood pressure generally runs very, very high when your blood sugar is out of whack. They kind of go in combination, and it helps to destroy your body as well. So all my numbers changed. My inflammation, which we know is a root cause of so many illnesses, was so high. It was cut down more than half. And I had gotten a complete physical and blood work just 3 months prior. So these numbers were all from 3 months earlier, and only 35 days of those 3 months was I on the immune. All my blood work, every single marker turned in my favor tremendously. I mean, numbers we've never seen in 34 years of having this illness. So it's been a life changer. It's been incredible. And when I found out more about it, about the company and about where this comes from, and Bible reference and the book of Numbers, verse 24:6, talking about the Lord planted the aloes, and Sam will explain exactly, where this comes from in the aloe plant. And it's just led me to a spiritual journey now. Again, I'll let Sam explain about the children, and that's where my focus is on now, is we can help kids all around the world in orphanages and kids that have been, just horrible things that have happened to them. And what this has done is just incredible. And I believe this is the mission the Lord has me on now for the rest of my life in pursuing this. So with that, I would like to introduce Sam Castor, the founder and CEO of Aloe. Sam?
Yeah, thank you, Aaron. Incredible story. And you know what? I've been dealing with this for the last over 25 years, and I bet I have heard 10,000 of those kind of stories. And I never get tired of hearing them, because every one is a victory. And what I do want to start off with is just explaining to you that what has been discovered and what we get to bring to market is not a drug. The human body is designed to heal itself. And the challenge is when our immune system becomes compromised, diseases are allowed to develop and then ultimately manifest themselves in clinical events. And then you've got to go into the healthcare arena and start dealing with that. And so what I'm going to talk to you about tonight is what I think is the most amazing discovery in natural health. I call it kingdom care, because that's exactly what it is. It is God's provision for optimal health. So my story starts in 1993. I was introduced to a pharmaceutical company here in Dallas. They had come into existence and raised hundreds of millions of dollars around a very unique discovery that they had made. A group of research pharmacologists was looking for solutions, to global epidemics of poor health, and somehow ran across the plant aloe vera. Of course, historically, everyone knew that aloe vera had the richest history for health and healing of any plant on the planet, but nobody really knew much about it. And so they took the fresh gel of an aloe vera plant, put it in a petri dish, and saw an immune response unlike anything that they had ever seen in medicine, anything they'd ever seen in nutrition. And the problem was, 24 hours later, it was completely gone. That means that the labile molecule, it just naturally denatures. So that was actually good news to them, because they said you can't patent a natural occurring molecule, but you can patent the stabilization of a naturally occurring molecule.
I didn't know that.
So they raised hundreds of millions of dollars to discover what the molecule was, stabilize it, and bring it to market through their pharmaceutical distribution network. They spent the next several years working on that. They finally discovered that the molecule was actually what is called a polysaccharide. long-chain sugar. Unlike sugar that you're familiar with probably, this is a very unique monosaccharide that is linked together. It's called mannose. Mannose does not convert to glucose in the body. It does not cause a blood sugar issue. It's a very unique sugar that is necessary in every cell of the body for proper structure and function. And so they discovered this uniquely structured mannan molecule, stabilized it. They did achieve that, filed and received about 150 patents worldwide. And their goal was to bring it to market as a drug. Because their thinking was there's nothing in modern healthcare, no condition at all that wouldn't respond to an optimally functioning immune system. They were exactly right. The problem was the industry wasn't really set up to allow that kind of delivery. So they first applied to the USDA for drug approval for veterinary medicine. It's an easy entry. All you have to prove is safety and efficacy. And so it was approved by the USDA for the treatment of cancers and different types of disease conditions in animals. And then they went about getting it, attempting to get it approved for a human drug. And for humans, there's one more criteria that is required. Not only do you have to establish its safety level and its efficacy, but human drugs have to prove that they can alter the physiology of a disease process or a disease biomarker. What do I mean? Well, a drug can make your blood pressure go up. Another drug can make your blood pressure go down, as an example. So in other words, you're altering normal physiology with the drug. Well, this drug that was named Ace Mannan absolutely had no alteration to human physiology. All it did was supported basic immune functions. So the FDA contacted them back and said, sorry, we're rejecting your drug application because you can't prove a, quote, drug effect. What you're showing is a nutritional effect. And, of course, it was also non-toxic, which was another dilemma, for the FDA. And so here this company had raised hundreds of millions of dollars. They had already done clinical trials. They had proven its mechanism of action. They knew exactly what it did, how it did it, stabilization, all of that. And now they couldn't get it into the market through their distribution model, which was pharmaceuticals. And in 1994, I was introduced, or late 1993, to this company. And I was introduced to help consult with them on how to commercialize this molecule through dietary supplementation, because it really was a nutrient, wasn't a drug, completely non-toxic. And what I did, first of all, is I listened to their story. I spent several days with their doctors and their researchers, going through everything that they had determined this molecule was capable of doing. It modulates the immune system up and down appropriately and basically optimizes your entire immune response. And I was just overwhelmed with what I saw. I was overwhelmed with their clinical trials. I was just like, golly, this is... And one of the doctors said, this is the most important discovery since penicillin. I mean, this has got to get into the marketplace. And from a marketing standpoint, one of the things that I wanted to know is, what is the competition going to look like? So I said, okay, you've got this uniquely structured polysaccharide. Is there anything else in nature that has this identical molecule? In other words, does it occur in mushrooms or does it occur in echinacea? Where else can I find this? And they said the only other place that we have ever seen it is in human breast milk. And I sat there and I went, what? I mean, explain that to me. And they said when a woman becomes pregnant, she starts converting high levels of glucose into mannose, this unique sugar. And in the liver, it starts stringing these mannans together into these little polysaccharides. And then that goes into the breast milk, and that is delivered to the baby, and that's how a newborn infant's immune system is turned on. And that's how the baby starts dealing with the world that it's come into. And that's what optimizes its immune response. And I was just sitting there going, you know what? This is truly an incredible story. I want to be a part of this, more so than just helping them understand how to get it into the marketplace. I went home and talked to my wife about it. We prayed about it and decided that, you know what, this was a mission that we felt drawn to. And so I shut down every other activity that I was doing, all the other businesses that I was involved in, and went back to this pharmaceutical company, and I said, I can get it into the market with you, for you, but I would like to license it. And I would like to license it exclusively so that I can take it around the world and have no competition. And I had, certain criteria for amounts of product I would have to sell in order to obtain that exclusive license. Anyway, we worked all of that out. And in 1994, I started a company. And over the next, 20 years, that's what I did. I took this technology and ultimately to over 20-something countries around the world and educated consumers on the benefits of Ace Mannin. And it really didn't matter what the people were dealing with from their health standpoint, whether they wanted to protect their health or whether they were already health compromised and not satisfied with their recovery process. You add Ace Mannin to the equation, and it was like one miracle after the next, just like you heard from Aaron today. And I think I could have just lived happily ever after, just taking that technology to the marketplace. But in 1997, something happened that changed the direction of my life forever, and it's what brought me on this call today. And that is my wife and I adopted all of our children. And at the time, we were supporting financially an orphanage organization in Romania. And I was in Romania talking to the head caregiver of this large organization, just conversing with her. I said, so what's the biggest issue that you deal with here? What's the hardest problem that you have challenge overcoming? She said, it's easy. It's the health of our children. They're sick all the time. Poor nutrition, poor sanitation, lots of stress, and the combination of those things compromise their immune systems, which makes them susceptible to every kind of chronic and infectious disease. So our kids get sick and they don't get better. And we lose 30 to 40 kids a year. That's our problem. And I'm sitting here with Ace Mannin, and I said, by divine intervention, I'm talking to you today about this. And I think this conversation was orchestrated. And so let me just tell you what I do for a living. I have a biotech company. I am bringing to market, I think, one of the most fascinating discoveries in natural health. I own the exclusive rights. I just want to send it to you. And I'll send it in a powder form, and all you have to do is mix it into the food. So you don't have to change the children's diet. You don't have to find any special kind of food. Doesn't matter what it is. Just mix it in. And the quality of life impact that it's going to make will astound you. And so that's what they did. The end of the year came, we reconnected, and she said, you're not going to believe what's happened to our children. They're healthier than we have ever seen them. And for the first time in over a decade, not one child died in our organization. Wow. And she said, not only do we want it next year, but everybody we're networked with in the world of orphanage organizations has heard our story and wants to know how can they get access to this amazing product. So I came home from that meeting, talked to my wife, what are we going to do? We need to find a way to facilitate because that's our passion. And we opened up a not-for-profit organization called Manna Relief. And started raising money, just like every not-for-profit does, to provide this unique, stabilized Ace Mannin molecule to the world's most vulnerable, medically fragile children. All over Africa, where kids are dealing with issues like AIDS and sickle cell anemia and malaria, and the list just go on and on. In parts of the world where modern healthcare is non-existent, turning on a child's immune system proved to be the absolute best strategy you could possibly imagine for bringing quality of life back to these vulnerable children. And so that's what we started doing. And didn't take me long to figure out that I'm gifted in business, but not gifted in fundraising. So that was the biggest challenge that we had. For instance, our for-profit business was exploding in the early 2000s. Business Week ranked us 5th best small company in America. So things were going well. or for-profit. But not-for-profit, I'd build a donor base. There'd be a glitch in the economy, and I'd lose 50-60% of my donors in a month. And so, I'd build up to nourishing, 70, 80, 90,000 children, and then it would drop to 40. And that was just so frustrating. That would go over and over, the same routine. I was talking to one of my distribution partners that I had set up for Manna Relief, because I had distribution partners all over the world to help me in the distribution. And in Mexico, our distribution partner was the former president of Mexico. His name was Vicente Fox, and his wife, Marta. And I was explaining to them one day why I was having to cut back on the donation amount that I was giving them, and I shared the story of the unstable fundraising model. And he asked me a question. He said, "Have you ever heard of social business?" And I said, "No." He said, "It's entrepreneurs that are leveraging the economic power of the marketplace to bring sustainable solutions to the world's biggest problems." And he said, "I'm going to host the first international symposium on social business this summer. You need to come. You need to figure this out." And so I did. And again, changed my life again. It's like, are you kidding? So what I learned about social business is I could link what I was really good at doing, which is business, to what I was really passionate about doing, which is saving the lives of children, and do it all together. But it takes a very unique corporate structure to be able to facilitate that. In the United States, it's called the Public Benefit Corporation. The challenge is that my existing for-profit corporation I have taken public, and once you're a public company, the board of directors is obligated to only one thing, that's called shareholder equity. So aggressive giving and protecting shareholder equity don't even live on the same planet. So again, this is kind of a fork in the road for my wife and I said, we've discovered this incredible model. We have this unbelievable technology, and millions of kids a year die that we could save if we could get to them. What are we going to do? And our decision was, after praying about it, is leave and start all over again. In other words, create a social business. And a social business best practice, the way it works, is typically buy one, give one. Every time a consumer chooses to, like Aaron, to enhance their own quality of life, we provide the exact same product to a child in need who, without our intervention, would have no hope at life or quality of life. And that's the way a social business works. And so we decided we'd start all over again. So we resigned from the company that we had built for 20-something years. I went back to the guys that had filed the original pharmacologists that had filed the original patents. They were actually working on a new improved version of Ace-Mannan. They had learned a lot over the last 20 years. I licensed that exclusively for my not-for-profit, and then filed for a new corporation, which is a public benefit corporation called Aloe, which allows you to top-line give. In other words, profitability doesn't even come into the equation of a social business. It's a percentage of revenue. Now, you have to manage your business for profit, of course, in order to stay in business. But the problem with profitable giving is most companies limit their profits to avoid taxes, and especially public companies. And so percentage of profit really was meaningless. A percentage of revenue is a whole different model. So we started this for-profit entity, public benefit corporation, social business, if you will, called Aloe. We got the new and improved version of Ace-Mannan. And, Frank, over the last few years since we've incorporated, because of top-line giving, we've been able to donate over 43 million daily servings of this advanced immune product to the world's most vulnerable children. But you know what? We're just getting started. I mean, we haven't even hit our stride yet. Those of you on this call are hearing this story maybe for the very first time, but guess what? The whole world is hearing this story for the very first time. And I'll just kind of close with this. In the world that we live in today, the biggest challenge is the epidemic growth of poor health and disease. There's no good solutions for most of the chronic disorders that exist out there. We manage poor health in our healthcare system today. And nobody wants to be managed. Nobody wants to fall into that system and, be on drugs the rest of their life. But here's the miracle that everybody needs to understand. The human body truly can heal itself. From what, you might ask? It doesn't matter. The human body can heal itself from anything. And what we do is provide the most unique support that exists in nature to facilitate that phenomenon. That's what we do. That's how we're changing the world. So that's my story in a nutshell. I know, Aaron, you might have some people out there that have some questions about what we just talked about, but if you want to know any more about this amazing story in technology, why don't you see if they have any questions and tell them what they can do next, Aaron?
Okay. Frank, first of all, do you have any questions, Frank, before we open it up?
Wow. Not necessarily questions, but if you will allow me 5 minutes of comment. Family, you have been well educated for the last 13 years on many of the products that we bring you. Many of the products have been for your health, for your well-being. It's been a few years now, hasn't it, that I've been fighting cancer. The good Lord had decided to conquer it for me through your prayers and my faith in God. And also, our Heavenly Father brought me knowledge, wisdom, understanding. I'd never had cancer before. I had no idea what to expect. I'd never had chemotherapy before. Oh, buddy. I've never had immune therapy before. Interesting, it's saving my life, thanks to God. One of the products that we brought to you was colostrum, wasn't it, family? The best example is that my immune system was devastated, destroyed, wiped out when they gave me chemotherapy. I had to be really careful. I was vulnerable to get sick, just a common cold, let alone the China virus or the Biden virus, whatever it's called. I never got sick. In 2.5, going on 3 years now, in 2 months, it'll be 3 years for me that I've been fighting cancer. I've not even had an ingrown toenail. Because in these 3 years, I became extremely savvy, extremely knowledgeable, and I prayed to God to help me because I didn't know what I was doing. The very first thing that I learned was my immune system. Not some medicine, not some poison chemotherapy. You know, chemotherapy was made by the Nazis to kill the Jews. Unbelievable. But our medical industry uses it to save us. It has its pros. It has its cons. All I know is that while I was being destroyed with my immune system, I was taking colostrum and I was teaching you about it, wasn't I? The bacillus, the E. coli bacteria, the colostrum, all of the right bacteria that belongs in your stomach. That's what I filled myself up with to rebuild my immune system after they destroyed it. Now, you heard tonight, Sam was talking to you about this product, Immune. Perfect name for it, by the way. This is a product that is going to build your immune system. By building your immune system, it's also going to help you with a lot of other issues that you may have. A lot of other issues. And one of them, as an example tonight, was the subject of diabetes. Diabetes is like the Tasmanian devil set loose in a China store, a China shop. It destroys everything in your body. And I was very vulnerable. But I started to rebuild my immune system, and I did it with the colostrum product that we brought to you. Well, family, I don't have diabetes, and I don't want it. I'm going to tell you something. I am going to incorporate this now into my supplementation on a daily basis. You know, we really don't need house insurance. I have no plans of burning my house down. but I have house insurance in case. We really don't need supplementation. We really don't need to take anything. Sam even said the body heals itself. But you have to give it what it needs in order for it to heal itself. If not, it will unheal itself. It'll come apart. It'll discombobulate. Next thing you know, you've got this problem, that, and diabetes. Oh my goodness, that's a nasty one. Like I said, it's a Tasmanian devil. It just doesn't care what it destroys in your body. I want you to think very, very seriously about this product. Do you have someone you love that is suffering? You know that word. You see them. You pray for them. You wipe your tears away. Do you have somebody that you know that might be able to be helped with this product? If you do, do everything possible to tell them about this product. You heard what Aaron said. Within 24 hours, there can be some amazing results. All I know is that God made us, and the way Sam said, God made us to the point where we can repair ourselves. We can heal ourselves. Physician, heal thyself. I will if you give me the right things. And this product, Immune, is a powerful agent. You see this plant? This is the aloe vera plant. The Holy Bible talks about it. In the Garden of Eden, did not God tell us that there's everything we need for food and our well-being, our good health? There's no doubt that this plant was in the Garden of Eden. There's no doubt that God put things in this plant that are medicinal. Many of you already know about the aloe plant. Many of you already use it. Many of you eat it. All I can tell you, family, is you have learned something very powerful that you did not know about. Are you going to walk right by it? Now, with all this said, let me go back and see if there are any questions that you might have. For example, let's see here. Sam, you're there, right, Sam?
Yes, I am.
Okay, I've opened it up to questions and answers. Let's see if we can get some. The human body is a miracle. Yes, Marlene, it is a miracle, no doubt about it. Peggy Golden is asking the question, can we take our colostrum, Frank, with this product? Sam, let me real quickly answer, and then you answer too. Indeed. Indeed. You can't overtake colostrum. When I asked my oncologist, my cancer doctor, hey, you giving me immune therapy now? Yeah. Is it going to attack my cancer? No. It's going to help your cells to attack the cancer. Oh. And this product, family, same idea, the same concept. But I asked the doctor, can I take all my supplements, everything that I'm taking? I got 93 that I take every day. He says, no, it may counteract our immune system. Okay. Can I take colostrum? He looked at me and he smiled really big through his mask. And he said, colostrum? That's not a supplement, that's food. I said, yeah, I know. You can have all you want, Frank. Good. So, Peggy, my answer to you is that with this product, take all the colostrum that you want, because it actually triggers the colostrum, as you heard in the lecture tonight, to be activated, which is only going to increase your immune system. Stay away from bread. Stay away from glutens. That feeds the wrong bacteria. Yeah, kind of like Candidus bacteria. Yeah, they love bread. They love gluten. And it'll coat all your villi in your intestinal tract. And if it coats it, you're not going to absorb any nutrition. Stay away from bread. So, Sam, what do you think? Can she take this product, Immune, with colostrum?
Absolutely. So colostrum is really good, like you said, for feeding the friendly bacteria in your gut. Its role in immunity is that 70 to 80% of your total immune cells are in your gut. So it has a secondary effect on your immune system just because of what it's doing for your gut. Eighth mannan is different mechanism of action. Eighth mannan is actually bound to your immune cells and causes an optimizing effect. So the combination of these two would be just like double duty. You're improving your gut health as well as optimizing the absolute essence of your immune system, which is large white blood cell called a macrophage that basically orchestrates all of the immune functions. So you get both of the benefits of those two technologies when you take them together.
They actually help each other out. They help each other. They're
Absolutely.
complementary to each other. Alrighty, thank you.
Right.
Let's go to another question. DJ is asking, how do you spell that name? I cannot find it on the internet. Well, I'd rather you not find it on the internet for many reasons. Number one, I'm not wasting my time to teach you about this so you can go and buy it from someone else. Number two, if you go on the internet and you buy it, you may find it cheaper, but you don't know how old the product is. That's probably how they got it at a discount. Somebody got rid of it and they're selling it to you. I wouldn't buy anything on the internet, especially a supplement you're going to take. Absolutely not. And number three, I don't know. I'll think of something. but I would prefer that you get a hold of us. Hey, Scott or Aaron, how does the family get a hold of you guys if they want to order the product or become a distributor?
Well, let me turn that over to Jeff Allen. Jeff, if you can share that information. Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, Jeff. Excellent. Go right ahead. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Jeff Allen, who is going to now talk to you as well. Go ahead, sir.
Thank you, Frank. And I have a lady with me that has been a partner with me for many years, and I had the privy to meet Sam over 20 years ago. In fact, this month I think makes 24. So, and I guess I have my own story too. We can get to that some other time, but she is with me also, and she has put together some things that will help people. We've been so, how do I say this, Frank, inundated with responses from every direction, several ministries that we participate with, and we're honored here. But we have set up some information directly for you. And Marlene, are you with me?
What's her area code?
She's here.
What's her area
Hey,
code?
Jeff?
Oh, there she is.
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Perfect. Go right
Yes,
ahead.
ma'am.
Hi, Frank.
Do you have that contact information, Marlene?
Yes. So we have a very special email. If you have a pen to write it down, whatever your level of interest is in with anything you've heard today, questions or whatever, it is called info@franksaloe.com. So the name and the word info, the @ symbol, Franks, FranksALOE.com.
So,
Okay, that's what we've set up for
That's excellent.
for this call to get the right kind of discount.
got it. Tink, my wife is typing it. We're putting it in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. That's how you can communicate, send an email, and they'll follow up. What was your...
Frank, so
what-
your name is plural, Franks, Aloe. Let's put an S in there.
Say that again.
Yeah, she's
You
got
got
an
it?
S in
Okay, my wife...
FRANKS with no apostrophe.
Okay.
ALOE.
Okay, she's going to do it again. Look it over, you guys, and tell me. By the way, what's your first name, ma'am?
I'm Marlene,
Marlene.
and we work together as a team.
Yes, you're going to be my team. Fa-
Absolutely, we work for you, and we work all over the world.
family, as you know, I deal with about 120 calls a day, and it exhausts me. It's tiring. and that's why when I get involved with a business, as you already know, I have my sponsors help me. And I trust these people because I've asked God if I can trust them. I feel comfortable. We've prayed about this. These people will help you. When you can call me. What's my phone number? Huh? 419-283-2552. You can call me and I'll be glad to help you or connect you to them and they'll take it from there. But family, this is a product you just cannot walk by. Even if you don't suffer from diabetes, you know many that do. You would have an amazing smile on your face when they pick up the phone and call you and say, thank you. You're welcome. All righty. Thank you, Marlene. And now back to Sam again. Sam, I have another question here. You ready?
Yes.
Does this immune product, does it help both type 1 and type 2 diabetes?
Okay, so what this product does is it optimizes your body's immune system. It doesn't really matter what number diabetes. It doesn't matter whether it's a degenerative condition, autoimmune condition, gene-mediated disorder. It doesn't matter. Turning on your immune system and optimizing its functionality will bring quality of life benefit to anything.
Yes. I agree with that. I agree with that 100%. You know, family, I've seen your postings here, and I'm noticing a pattern. Many of you that either dealt with diabetes or are dealing with it, you're saying, look, one of the most important things to do is lose weight and eat right. And you kind of help the body to repair itself. This product will obviously help. And in 2 weeks, I'm bringing you another product. It is a very unique product. In the same way that this product with Immune has a selective molecule from the Aloe plant that is triggering your immune system, well, it turns out that we have hormones that, if triggered, will help you to lose fat. F-A-T, fat, the wrong fat. It burns it. I'll be bringing that to you. You can combine these two together and feel strong again, huh? But you get started with this one, you'll notice it right away. And then if you're serious, wow, look what it did for me. Then get back on that horse and be more serious and start losing weight too. Weight is horrible for you to, overweight is just not good. Not good at all. Sam, we have Sharon Pontes that's asking the question. May I ask, what does this product cost?
If you go through you guys, there's a preferred customer rate that we make available for your customers.
Okay.
And it's around $72, $74. And you can get it even cheaper than that if you do an auto ship, become a member.
Oh, and that's what Marlene is going to do. She'll explain everything to them when they call, right?
Exactly.
All righty.
That's another reason not to go on the internet, Frank, is if you go on the internet, you have to pay retail. If you come through this portal, it's already set up at preferred pricing, which is 10% off retail.
And then it could go in the other direction, like I gave an example, Sam. It may be even cheaper than the wholesale price. And that's because they probably got it at half the cost for a case from some distributor that is just giving up or getting rid of it or moving it, or even a pseudo product, something like an imitation of what it truly is.
Right.
Alrighty, let's see. I want it for myself also. Yes, Sam.
Is that price per month? Is one bottle?
Yeah, good question. That's per month, right, Sam?
Yeah, that's per month, and for two people, it would be around $129. So, because there's a double size bottle that is more economical. In fact, you can buy multiple bottles, and it keeps going down in price, and the savings go up. But Marlene will explain all that to you.
Got it. I just have to read this, Sam. Donna. That's funny, Donna. Donna says, I used to work for a man in the early 90s that renamed himself Mr. Aloe. All of his supplements, all of his products contained aloe, everything from supplements to cosmetic. He himself drank 2 pints of aloe every day. Oh, wow. Can uh, America wants to know, can a pregnant woman take this product?
Yeah, absolutely. Again, the only molecule that exists in nature like it is made in human breast milk.
Very good.
So it fits right in.
Donna again is asking, what about helping with PCOS? This causes our insulin resistance, diabetes, and CKD.
Yeah, so, again, we can name every disease known to mankind, and the answer will be the same thing. If you optimize your immune system, your body will heal itself. It doesn't matter what the issue is, doesn't matter what the name of the condition is. Your body can heal itself if you can optimize the immune system's capacity to do it. We all live with compromised immunity in the world that we live in today.
How true.
And this is the one molecule in nature that can bring it back into functionality.
James Hunter is asking, what's the name of the product, Immune, and how do you order this? Once again, if you look down, James, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, about 9 postings underneath yours. My wife, she put it up there. www.cdc. Was that it right there?
No.
No, that's the wrong one. I'm
It's
sorry.
info. I just posted it again.
You just posted it again? Oh, dear. Well, anyways, what was the gentleman's name? James Hunter. My wife is posting how you can get a hold of Marlene, who is representing myself and this product. She will answer your questions and she will sign you up and help you with anything you need. All righty, let's see, Sam, if we have any other questions on here. What causes diabetes? that's a $20,000 question.
Yeah, that's right. It's a long degenerative process.
Right.
Where ultimately your pancreas fails, and when it fails, it stops making insulin, and that's when diabetes, or one form of diabetes, kicks in.
Roger that.
So again, it's all about function. If your body fails to function, disease proliferates. And what this one molecule, ACE Mannan, does is it optimizes all of those functions of immunity. And I think that's why it was named in the Bible several times. That's why what we see with, again, the world's most vulnerable children, how they respond, because you turn a person's immune system on and it feels miraculous.
Yes, sir.
Next.
Oh,
But
boy.
it's a miracle of the human body to heal itself.
It feels fantastic not to feel dizzy or like you want to fall over, you want to throw up, or you're falling asleep. And yeah, the homeostasis of the human body, when it's running at its full potential, whew,
Yep.
the human being can
Yep.
do a lot of things. God is amazing. Care, K-A-R-E, Care, I think it's just Care, is asking, is diabetes a deficiency?
No, it's a degenerative process.
Right.
It causes the deficiency of insulin,
Yeah, right.
which your body normally makes to govern blood sugar levels. And when your pancreas stops functioning, you lose the function of insulin production, and then all of a sudden you have no control over blood sugar. So it's a degenerative process. Just like cancer is. Cancer is degenerative.
Yes, it is. Tink, can you help me? Do you see any other questions?
Yep, I reposted. Galway Girl has 2 questions. So one.
Well, I'm up here, up on top.
Yeah,
If
I
I
brought it
scroll
down.
up, I'm going to lose all these other
I brought
questions.
it down.
Okay, so well, hold on. 4 years ago, I started on the carnivore diet as a result. Oh no, that's just someone telling us about them. Roy Woody says I went from 310 to 240 pounds, and I no longer take my medicine. La la la. That's good. Okay, that's good.
Oh, yeah.
What is the shelf?
Yeah.
What is the shelf life, Sam? What is the shelf life on these packages, the product?
Well, we're required to put a shelf life, so we say 2 years. But anyway, that's what we put on the label.
Yeah,
It's
that
actually longer, but 2 years.
that suffice. Okay, Tink.
Yeah.
With diabetes, your body doesn't. No, that's not it. If you would like, where's the question, sweetie?
Gal, go down to the
Could
third
you
one.
tell us what the benefit would be for our 26-year-old daughter? Um, well, first of all, Galway girl. Oh, wait a minute. Girl, does it in turn help you to lose weight? She's still asking weight since it helps to stabilize your sugar. I know food is a part of the weight loss, but blood sugars seem to hinder our weight loss. So I guess she's asking, this will also help with losing weight, won't it?
Well, I mean, it's part of what you need to do. It's hard to overcome a bad diet, just like you said. I mean, there's nothing magic that can offset someone's commitment to a poor diet.
Gotcha.
Will it in indirectly help with the management of weight? The answer is yeah. Anything that you can do to improve your overall functionality, because putting on weight is not normal physiology. It's an alteration of homeostasis, just like you were saying a minute ago, Frank. So when your body loses the capacity to operate in homeostasis, it starts storing fat. And so what you want to do is bring good function back to every part of your body, your entire metabolism. And it starts with a good functioning immune system. So it's a good place to start.
Yeah, I agree. Tink, any other questions?
Yep.
What is it?
Is this liquid or
Is this a liquid or is it a powder, Sam?
It's in a capsule. It's a powder.
Oh, it's in a capsule. Oh, okay. All righty.
Yes.
Let's see.
Standardized.
I don't see any other ones. Do you, Tink?
no?
Yeah, carbohydrate. Yep, and that's it. Well, it's almost exactly right on the button at 7 o'clock. Sam, I'm really proud of you. Jeff, thank you kindly. Marlene, you're going to become my hero. And Aaron, um, this product did something for you, Aaron, because you've been praying for help. God touched the shoulders of Sam and Jeff. They called you. God helped you to answer your prayer to God. He used Sam and Jeff. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are looking for something to help you with your diabetic issues, I would tell you to be fair with yourself and give this an opportunity. I thank you, Sam. I thank you, Jeff. I thank you, Marlene. And I thank you, Aaron. Aaron, before we go, let me just go down the list. If Marlene has anything that she wants to say in closing, Marlene, if you're still with us, you're free to put out your name, phone, anything that you want. The co-founder, CEO, Sam Castor. Any final words from you? And Jeff Allen, the same thing. And then we'll turn it over to Aaron. So any last words from any three of you? Silence is also golden.
Well, I'm trying to be considerate of everyone else. I wanted to say this, Frank, and this is Sam, in closing. It really doesn't matter what your health issue is. I mean, 60% of the people in this country live with one or more chronic disorders. Turn your immune system on, and to your amazement, your body will respond.
Yes. Yeah, so you're so right. You're so right. I mean, I have a dear friend of mine that they opened him up and they took a tumor, and they took a tumor. It had an aneurysm that's on his kidney, and they took about a third of his kidney, and it's that kidney was sewed back up. It's healing. It's going to be functioning again, and it's just amazing the perfection of God's body. We were made in His image. It's just so sad that we end up destroying all of His work. Anybody else? Jeff,
Marlene?
Marlene? No, I don't think she's with us.
I really would encourage everyone on the call who has any questions or any interest, please reach out to us at the special email that we have set up. Jeff will also be helping me monitor it, and we will get back with you personally on any answers to questions you have, how to get the best prices. Just listen to you a little bit and see, kind of what your health goals are, because we are not here to sell you something. We are here to help you get in better alignment with God's purpose for your life by having a better state of health. We believe this is for God's people. It's for everybody, but we're extremely proud of God's people because we think He has gifted this to us for such a time as this. And so
Absolutely.
please know that we are here to help you. And I thank you so much for listening. Jeff?
Thank you, Marlene.
Absolutely. Frank, I just want to thank you for everything, and I don't have a lot to add. I mean, I just glean on everything I just heard also, and it just gets better every time I hear it. I personally was touched by this over 24 years ago.
Wow.
My wife is a brittle diabetic. She's been through 2 kidney transplants, and the list goes on. They're talking about amputation, blindness, and stroke. And, with all respect, the more they shared with me, the less I believed. And it took me a few months just to try and pay attention. And there's a unique story on what really shared the truth with me. And it was actually about 2 weeks from right now. After 26 years, I quit my job and I joined forces with Sam simply because of what this meant to people, and saw the birth of the ministry, and it was just amazing. So I just want to, that's why I'm here. I was just the guy that really didn't believe this. And, what my wife began to see in just a short time was just beyond what I even believed myself. And so I just want to know what it hurt. And that I found out was no. So that's all. Frankie, just thank you. But, I'll share my story. I have that opportunity, so thank you for what you're doing. And our mission is not only one child at a time, but one person at a time. Through that effort, there's more people out here, millions of people that have a need, and these children, there's about 6 or 7 million that die every year that just need what we're doing.
Yes.
And so that's the number of consumers. That's where we're at. Thank you. May God bless you. Indeed.
Thank you. Thank you, Marlene. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Sam. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the aloe plant. Isn't it beautiful? It's a succulent cactus. It's amazing, the properties. You ought to Google this. Wikipedia. Find out the value of this plant. Read about it in the Bible. Once again, Aaron, are you there?
I'm here, and I would like to share one last
go
thing.
ahead
Actually,
and
two last things.
go right ahead and close this up. Go right ahead.
I want to say that this is not meant to be for instant gratification. This is something that we need in our system, and it doesn't fix something and then you stop taking it. I want to compare this, let's say, to vitamin D3. You don't feel anything necessarily when you're taking vitamin D3, but you need it. You know what science has shown. As Dr. Garland said, that's God's vitamin. But if you stop taking it, you're going to become deficient in vitamin D3. And you're going to start getting into a disease state, whatever that affects. And it's the same in this situation. This is something that you need. I know I personally will be taking this for the rest of my life. No questions asked, because I know what it does, and I know that in my case, it It took 34 years to destroy what's been destroyed in my body. And I was very, very blessed that I saw immediate results. That doesn't mean that you are going to see immediate results in a particular condition. You need to just keep putting this in your system. But what I would suggest is that you take out a notepad and that you just list down just little things that you notice, whether you have headaches, whether you have a problem sleeping through the night, whether you have you're losing any hair, whether you have brain fog. That was something that I and many people see, really pretty quickly on that. Any little things, little subtle things that you see, and as you're taking this product, start looking at that and checking the list off as you see them lessen or go away, and also with pain. So that's what I would say. And one last thing, and that's to the other advertisers that deal in health products. I've had the privilege of speaking with Bob, with Boomers, and Dr. Randy, and Dr. Garland, and Lynette. We're not in competition with any of them. We have a spirit of cooperation. That's what's so special about Frank and Jan and this family is they're bringing to you people and products that will give you a better quality of life.
Yeah.
No one's going against each other. Everyone has their own unique thing in what they're doing. And we're all working together to make it better for everyone, to heal the world in health. And that's my view on this whole thing. That's what this is all about. So I'd just like to close with saying, Frank, Jan, Sam, Marlene, and Mr. Allen, I want to thank all of you for tonight. I appreciate giving us the opportunity to share this, and looking forward to be able to share this again, and hope we get some tremendous reports in from people that are getting better with whatever they're dealing with.
Amen.
So God bless everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Marlene. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Aaron. And ladies and gentlemen, this UB2B is dated 11/2/22. Promo and IQD updates 11/2/22. If I was you, I'd write that down somewhere, because if you do happen to get involved, let's say with the product, involved with the business, you may want to use this UB2B for people to go back and look at and realize the potential of the product. Thank you, Aaron. Take care, buddy. I'll talk to you in the future.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Bye-bye. Alrighty, family. Well, that's part one, and now we go into part two, which is a study of the Iraqi Dinar. And I don't want to do this, but I'm going to do it. Let's go to the final article threads, because I didn't do it. They did it. They put out an article today that just made us look good, real good. And I like it so much that I'm going to bring it up. So I'm going to ask you guys to come. Let's see here. Come and join me. Tuesday. Go ahead. You are a member of KTFalways.com, right? You're not. You should be. Get on in here and let us go to the final article thread. Tink, I'm going to have you help me in a second here. Let me go final article thread. Let's see here. And what we're going to do is go to the last page. 107. 107. Oh dear. Hold on. My computer says I'm not connected to the internet. Of course, it doesn't know what it's talking about, because it is. Stupid. Come on. Isn't that something? It's just, the thing spinning around. Oh, no, hold on. You know how it is. It takes a while, but
It's gone.
you too?
No, but the tower is doing that.
It won't let me have what I want. Oh, that is so wicked. Family, I'm trying. I think I got it. Governor. It's smashing. Bloody good. 107. Let's turn to that page. Righteous says, wow, it seems like that product is good. Wait till it does something for someone you love with all your heart, and it breaks your heart when you see them suffer. Let me see. Today is the first. Ooh, get out of here.
There's some.
What is today? The second. Very large historical budget. No, it's not that one. Why not? Let's start at the very top. Let's start at the top and have some fun. Okay. First, let me turn this around. Okay. Turn to the final article threads. You are on post number 2122. We are 5 articles. Oh, look at there's Claire. Thank you, Claire. Oh, that's so sweet of you. Yeah, Stephanie, it was the most excellent article. It's another article that we're going to have to frame. We just got to frame all of these. Okay, are we there? Okay. All righty, family, let's start studying together. And thank you kindly for being with us on that product. That product is amazing. It's going to revolutionize your family. Amazing. Article number 2122. Report the 2023 budget will cross the 100 billion mark. And what do I say up on top, family? It is a very large. It is very historical. The budget. The budget. And that's the key to it all, because what's in the budget? The white papers. What do the white papers contain? The monetary and economic reform. How does it contain the monetary reform? With a new exchange rate? Will there be different categories of currency? Because a program rate is made for 3-0 notes. If you change the program rate, let's say 1-to-1 with the American dollar, the 3-0 notes don't work. That is correct. We will introduce the new category notes. Final article. And by the way, it's a long one. It's filled with good stuff, by the way. Final article number 2123. The World Bank. Now that's someone you want to pay attention to. The policy of changing the dollar exchange rate. What'd you say? The policy. There is a policy. Yeah, it's called the monetary reform. Okay, World Bank. And you helped the CBI with this? Oh, yeah. They couldn't do it by themselves. IMF, U.S. Treasury, well, we all helped them. All right, go ahead, talk to me. Oh, by the way, I forgot to say, Stephen Williams. Stephen Williams, I am so grateful for your financial contribution. Thank you, sir.
Condizel.
Condizel. Yeah, that's so cool. Condizel. Condizel, thank you kindly for your financial contribution. If anybody wants to help us, we appreciate it. Thank you very much. Final article 2123, the World Bank, the policy of changing. The policy of changing. There is a policy, the monetary reform of changing the. Now look, family. Look, pay attention. Of changing what? The dollar exchange rate is the prerogative of the Iraqi government. And what do I say up on top? What's my post to it? By the power of the Central Bank of Iraq. They're working together, family. They're telling you they're working together. This is rare. This doesn't happen. They're doing something for the citizens. What? They're keeping their promises. Final article number 2124. This is the controller. Economic. Changing the dollar exchange rate is very possible. And what do I say up on top? Mission impossible is possible. They said that the possibility of changing the exchange rate of the dollar is a possibility in light of the of the policy control. There's a policy of changing the exchange rate? Yep, in light of the policy control of the wheel of the economy in Iraq. Well, you're talking about for the economic reforms, right? Of course. What does it say up on top? This is the controller of the economic reform. What? A change in the exchange rate of the Iraqi dinar. Woohoo! Final article number 2125. Al-Sudani confirms that the government is proceeding with implementing. Is that why I wore orange on Monday? What does orange stand for? Look at your codes. Implementation. You thought it was for Halloween. Al-Sudani confirms that the government is proceeding with implementing its programs and urges ministers to develop the work systems within their ministry. What do I say up on top? Sudani, the prime minister, is in full control of Iraq. He directs the ministers. He directs his cabinet to prepare the government programs within a maximum period of 1 week. That's why I told Eddie, I think you'll see your government next week. To expedite the establishment of the unified treasury account, to control the money in the state and prevent its... Yeah, I know the rest. It's a beautiful article. The Council of Ministers issues a number of important decisions and strict directives from the Sudanese. What do you think it is? Sit our government. We have to open the budget. We have to fulfill our promises to the citizens of Iraq. Nice article, by the way, because it's in depth. It breaks it down really good. Right here, this little section right there. That's not bad. This is all the positions. He's moving at the speed of light. Al-Sudani directs his government to prepare a program within a week, establish the unified treasury account. Yeah. And who's going to do that? The CBI. Oh, Al-Sudani, GOI. You guys are working with the CBI? Yeah, we're Siamese twins. Well, good for you. That's the only way you're going to get the reforms and both of them to get going. That's right, Frank. Find article number 2000. Oh, hello. Wait a minute. What? Wait, what? Which? What? Wait. Where? What? What? Hold on a second. Hold on. me. Al-Sudani, the prime minister, yeah, resolves, yeah, the position on the rechange of the dollar exchange rate and calls the term corruption pandemic. I like that. I like that a lot. Hey, Iran, you're a pandemic. ISIS, you're a pandemic. I wouldn't want to be a Pandora box, because that's exactly what you are, Iran. Al-Sudani resolves. He fixed it. He fixed it. Boom! Inside of a week. You go, Al-Sudani. You did really good. Well, golly, thanks, Frank. But in all honesty, I can't take all the credit. Kazemi was the one that set everything up. Kazemi was the one that dealt with all the rioters. Kazemi was the one that dealt with Iran. I don't even have to deal with Iran. Kazemi was the one that dealt with Maliki. Kazemi was the one that had him arrested. Kazemi was the one that gave me his cabinet. Kazemi... yeah. But I'll take any credit you want to give me, because I, Al-Sudani, am doing what Kazemi told me. I resolved the position of the rechanging of the dollar exchange rate. In other words, we have a new exchange rate? Yes, we do. Yeah. Why? Well, because of the corruption pandemic called Iran. What else do you want to tell me? Well, let's see here. It turns out that Sudani has identified the Central Bank of Iraq as the only concerned party in changing or restoring the dollar exchange rate. I'm sorry. I gotta say it. I gotta say it. Now I know you know what I'm gonna. You think you know what I'm gonna say? I'm not going. No, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that. No, 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 no. Has identified the Central Bank of Iraq as the only concerned party in. I told you. That's not what I wanted to say. I'm sorry. As the only concerned party in changing or restoring the dollar exchange rate, and then that's when I would say, dun 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Can't touch this. Not even with a hammer. The central bank is the only. What about me, says Maliki. No, the central bank is the only. Well, what about us, says the framework. Nope. The central bank is the only. What about us, says ISIS. Nope. The central bank is the only responsible party for changing the dollar exchange. And as an executive authority, we are committed. You know what commitment means? It means the bullet is in the gun and the trigger is almost pulled. We are committed to this aspect, and we support the independence of the bank. You listening, Iran? We support the independence of the bank, and the government is committed to implementing the law. What law? The law. What law? The law that will open the budget. Oh. The Prime Minister launches the term corruption pandemic, referring to it as a serious threat to the Iraqi state. Yeah, Iran is a serious state to Iraq. Not anymore, though. The cockroaches will always be in the crawl spaces. They'll always demand something, but nobody will even listen to them. Nobody will even look in their direction. Eventually, it'll become a point where people will literally walk right through them because they will become ghosts. This, to me, is a beautiful article. Let me frame it. There you go. Framed. Look at that. Look at that. You're just so cute. I love you, Artie. You're just so cute. You're admitting. You're admitting there's an exchange rate. And you're admitting because it was Iran. The corrupt pandemic. I like that. And here you're telling us, everything that Walking Stick told us. Thank you very much. And on the financial budget for 2023, the Prime Minister announced that he directed all ministers today to prepare for the 2023 budget and determine its priorities, as we are keen to present the budget as soon as possible. You're keen? Yeah. Listen, trust me. I am the Prime Minister. We're working with Mustafa Galeh at the CBI. Trust me. Look at me. Walk with me. Read my lips. Do you see anything that you used to see? No. It is a new era for Iraq. We are walking into a completely different, epic, historical mark. Our budget is so large. It is so historical. Yeah. And on the financial budget for the 2023, the Prime Minister himself announced that he directed all ministers today to prepare. Hey, all you cabinet, all you ministers, all you parliament, you got the documents, right? Yeah. You got my report, right? Yeah. You got all 17 points, right? You know what we want to do, right? Okay. Now I'm directing you right now, as quickly as possible. Get it done within a week. Get it done. Orientate yourself on the 2023 budget. You understand? Determine the priorities. Now, we know what the priorities are, but you guys are new. Welcome to the GOI. You have not seen this budget. Now, look it over. What do I say in blue? Which also means presenting the new exchange rate as soon as possible. Thank you, things to do. Thank you. Thank you so much. What's that say? Wouldn't a more accurate example of commitment be the bullet having been fired is committed? Yeah. 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 Maliki, they pull the triggers. I'm sorry. Lynn. Oh, Lynn. Thank you, Frank and Tink. God bless you. I didn't even sneeze, Lynn. But thank you for saying God bless you. Thanks to Do and Lynn Kidder. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for your financial contributions. I really appreciate it. Fascinating article, isn't it, family? And it's a long. Look at it. Starts up here, where they're telling you what Walking Stick and I've been telling you. It comes right here and admits why they're going to have a rate change, and it ends down here telling you that, hey, I got my cabinet. I got everybody I need, and I just assigned them to go ahead and read the budget, and as soon as they're done, we'll get going. So hang in there, Iraqi citizens. Final article number 2127. What? I can't read that. What's that say? Iraqi. Iraqi. Yeah, that's what. Okay. Yeah, Iraqi. Okay. Okay. What's the next word? Pretty. You got pretty teeth? No. What's it say? Premier. Oh, premier. Okay. Iraqi. Oh, the prime minister? Is that what they're talking about, Frank? Yeah. Yes. Go on. Keep reading. Okay. Iraqi. His Highness. Royalty. No, it doesn't say that. Okay. Iraqi premier said that they are to raise the Iraqi dinar value. Yeah. WTF? What the Frank are you talking about? I'm talking about the article above, this one right here. That's what they're talking about in the meetings. So they came out and they told the Iraqi citizens, "Hey, what? Your prime minister or your Sudani already told you, didn't he?" Yeah, he did. And family, at this moment, I do sidebar. At this moment, I pray that I have your attention. At this moment, later on, something will be given to you to match this. What do I say up in blue? Ring-a-ding, ring-a-ding-ding. Hello? This is the new Prime Minister. Can I help you? Who this? This is Frank. Hey, Frank, 2060. What's up? Yo, bro, you got my permission, man. Let's go. Raise the value of your currency. We already did, Frank. I know, but you gotta sit your government and announce it and then open the budget so that they can see what's inside for the reforms. I know. That's why I say the Iraqi premier is going to raise the Iraqi dinar value. Is that okay with you? Yo, bro, you got my permission. Let's go. Okay, forget about it. The Iraqi government, with the help of the Central Bank of Iraq, of course. Is it with the help of Iran? Is it the help with Framework? Is it the help with ISIS? Is it the help with the United States of America? No. The Iraqi government, with the help of the Central Bank of Iraq, they are Siamese twins, family. They do its best to increase the price of the Iraqi dinar against the US dollar. What do I say in blue there? This is the proper way to say this. Notice what they just said. They increased the price of the Iraqi dinar against the US dollar. Finally, a translation that is true. This is the proper way to say this. Mohammed Shiat al-Sudani, Iraq's new prime minister, said in a press conference on Tuesday, hey, Iraqi citizens, what? The interests of the needy were not taken into consideration. I mean, we forgot about you, when we devalued the Iraqi currency. And we tend not to repeat, that same cabinet. We don't have that cabinet. They're gone. What do I say in blue? Iraqi citizens, this is not your great-great-great-grandfather's GOI. It is your GOI. Congratulations. Final article number 2128. The governor of the Central Bank of Iraq receives a special representatives of the United Nations. What do I say in blue? The UN is being informed by Mustafa Galay, the CBI governor. Do you remember that the UN was constantly saying, the framework was constantly saying, hey, we want a meeting with the CBI governor. Why? Well, we want him to tell us what's going on. And what did the CBI governor say? Pick a finger. Pick a finger and get out of my face. I'll tell you when I want to meet with you. Behold, he meets with them. UN. What? We fine. Yes, you are. Are you going to pay us your dues? I don't think so. What you mean no? What do you mean no? Donald Trump told us not to pay you. The bank, the central bank discusses the Blackshire, the financial and economic situation in Iraq. And that's Blackshire, that's this lady up here from the UN. In my opinion, all the steps for the float are in line. His Excellency stressed the need to advance the reality of the financial and banking sector in line with international standards. In my opinion, family, all of these steps we're talking about is for the float to go in line. He stressed the necessity of advancing the reality of the financial and banking sectors in line with international standards. You understand what that means, family? Maria Miller, thank you from the bottom of my heart for your financial contribution. Thank you. Thank you, sister. You understand what that means, don't you, family? Good. I'm not going to repeat it then. Final article number 2129. You know, family, when Claire and I were looking at these articles and I came to this article, she didn't say a word. She kept quiet. But as soon as I saw it, I started busting up and cracking up. And she started busting up and cracking up. And we couldn't stop busting up and cracking up. And finally, when we wiped the tears away, can you believe this guy? The gonads on this man. I can't believe it. Al-Maliki proposes 1,375 as the exchange rate for the dinar to the dollar. Yeah, that's me. I said that. Yeah, because I want the Iraqi citizens. I mean, they're 1450. Let's give them a little something. Just a little bit. How about we go to 1375? You stupid. And what do I say? Laughing. Hey, Maliki, I propose 1,375 ways to arrest your ass, stupid. Al Maliki, never mind. Final article number 2001. But seriously, hey, Maliki, seriously, who did you present this to? There were 3 St. Bernards on the corner of Ali and Wally Street. And I went up to them and I told them this. I told them this with authority. Hey, Maliki, what did the 3 dogs say? They didn't say nothing. They just bit me and chased me. You knucklehead. You know, I laugh because it's our turn. Isn't that right, Kathy Robe? We laugh, don't we, sister? We laugh because it's our turn to laugh. We have suffered enough. The Iraqi citizens have gone through hell, and it's time for them to go through heaven. Decades upon decades upon decades upon decades. I bought my dinars back in 2004 when Delarue was commissioned by the IMF to print the new currency. I didn't think it would take 3,000 years. Just amazing. And it's all because of the politics. Now, granted, most of it, 99% of it, is through Iran. But we also have our BS politics. And let me tell you something, family. It's not just on the left. It's also on the right. Both sides have evil. Both sides are evil. When somebody asks me, what are you? What's your political status? I say, I don't have one. It's stupid. What I am is a Christian. I'll fight for Jesus, not for anyone else. We, in the blue, we told you, family, Eddie, the government will be theirs by next week. Deputy, the political forces will resolve all vacant positions next week. Behold, what we tell you today, it's everywhere. Find article number 2131, determining the date of the next session of Parliament and its most important expected projects. Well, okay, why not? Because it's not the framework that's going to tell you that. It's actually going to be the right people. What do I say up in blue? Family, the government of Iraq is forming as smooth as a camel's butt. It's being formed fast. Fast. And that's the end of the articles. Let us turn it around. And let me see what time it is. Oh my, it's already going on 8 o'clock. Looky here. What my intentions were, family, is to read to you Eddie's report. Oh, this is the wrong report. Well, I need the other phone. Do you have it? Do you have it back? Oh, I dropped it. It's down here. Japan is issuing emergency alert for North Korea missiles launched. They did it again. More than the 23. Just follow it. Just thank you. I see it. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. You. I forgot I was with you guys here, Neil. Oh lordy, 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 lordy. How about if I just go back a couple of days? Remember when I said sidebar? Sidebar. And they were talking about that rate. And I told you that Sudani went out and told him, I got your exchange rate. You saw the article where he told him, hey, it's me, Sudani. I'm gonna increase the value of the currency. Remember all that? You just saw it. Okay. So with that said, let me take you back. This is yesterday. Yesterday, we weren't together yesterday, Tuesday. How about if I go back to Monday? Because on Monday, that's when I can start to show you what Sudani did. What Sudani did. Actually, I'm going back to Sunday. So you already have this, but let's go over it, and then we'll go over the rest of the stuff that happened yesterday and today. But there's a reason why I want to read this to you right now. Because Sudani went out and he told the Iraqi citizens last month, get back inside, man! And Sadr also, get back in, we got your exchange rate. Don't mess it up. Remember all that? Well, it happened again, Sunday. What happened was that Sudani goes out, and I read this to you. I don't know if you caught it. I read so fast. But Sudani goes out and he tells the Iraqi citizens today, or excuse me, Sunday, what's wrong with you, Iraqi citizens? Why are you demanding 1,200? Well, it's a lot better than what we have now. It'll give us purchasing power. When have I ever talked to you about 1,200? I don't know. When is the governor of the CBI talk to you about 1,200? Never. Why are you citizens talking about 1,200? Because he did. He did. We don't even see them. We don't recognize them. They're not part of our government. Why are you worried about them? Watch this. Frank Eddy says the reforms have a rate change. He knows it already. Sudani told him. Here. Do I have your attention, by the way? Is everybody okay? Well, I got Stephanie going, whoa! All right, 1 out of 1,100. That ain't bad. What's it? 12 ain't it, man? Like, yeah, 12 ain't it? Well, check this out, Jeff. Sudani comes out Sunday and he says, Frank, Eddie says that the reforms have a rate change in them. And that's the next thing that is going to happen, they're told. The government today said, why? Why think of changing the rate to 1200? Huh? When the next step in reality, I mean, we already told you, is a rate change. And anyways, it's tied to the 23 budget, and we already told you what's in that. And besides, it's tied to the 23 budget, so the reforms include a rate change, and the budget will be tied into it, okay? Do you mind? Do you mind, Iraqi citizens? To which I said, Eddie, the framework is always looking for somebody to smear their boogers on. It's not going to work with Kazemi. And yes, Eddie, your leaders told you that once the government is announced, you will have a new budget, you'll have a new exchange rate. So hang in there, buddy. Hang in there. I have a feeling it may be later on this week, now, or at the beginning of next week, now, where you will see almost everything that you want. Yeah. Many are asking about the 2022 budget, Eddie, but they shouldn't. They will never ever see the 22 budget. They're only going to see the 2023 budget that has the new exchange rate in it. Of course, this is all in my opinion, Eddie. Big smile. Eddie, I just saw your last report where your leaders are asking you, where your leaders are asking you, why in the world are you thinking about 1200? Because they're not thinking about 1200. They're not thinking about a new exchange rate to go to 1200. Have they not talked to you about a one-to-one with a have they not talked to you about a float? They have the new exchange rate to match the new small category notes that they've already educated you on. And trust me, Eddie, the 1200 is nowhere in that conversation with the CBI. That would be so stupid. It's only the stupid ones that are talking about stupid things like the framework. Now, you continue to be strong. You continue to stay low. Take cover. Don't expose yourself, and give it 2 more weeks at least. Frank Eddie says again, the CBI met with Sudani. This is Monday, early in the morning. Frank Eddie says that, again, today, CBI met with Sudani, and they gave a report on all the Iraqi banks, some that were bankrupt, some that they took over, the overall status. What Eddie was trying to say yesterday is that some are calling for 1200 rate to come back, but many are saying, don't change it to that, because the reform itself calls for a rate change, and that change will be better. So the 23 budget will be services for the citizens. You see, they know. This is Eddie's report. They know. There is no more panic. There's no more rioting. There's no more killing in the streets. All there is we're getting ready. We're getting ready for what is going to come to us with the new leadership that we have. Praise God. Change will be better, and it'll so that the 23 budget will be services for the citizens. The formation of government needs 2 more positions, sir. It's enough now to have the seated government by Sudani, but the last 2 spots are in dispute between the Kurds parties. We believe that it will be solved very quickly. IBBC conference in Dubai on November the 10th and 11th. Mr. Frank, it's all about us, Iraq. This could be very good for the private sector and for the foreseen future of our country. Eddie, those are all from the contracts that Kazemi signed. Your government was formed at the beginning of this year. What you are seeing is the introduction of it to you. Kazemi handed it over to Sudani, and they are now handing it over to you as Iraqi citizens. Notice, you're not voting for anything. You're being told who is in the government of Iraq. Just like Walking Stick and I told you, your government is formed, has been formed, and has been functioning with a second set of books with a completely different rate in preparation for the new exchange rate. And it looks like it's been focused for the beginning of next year. But, of course, it can still happen at any time because it's the prerogative of Mustafa, the governor of the CBI. He will choose when. And all I know is that they are telling you exactly what Walking Stick and I told you, that they would do the education of the monetary reform without any restrictions, without any regrets of telling you about this. Continue to ignore the framework, and you will understand what the CBI and your new prime minister are doing for you and your country. They are keeping their promise, and there is no gradual decline to the exchange. And there is, I'm so sorry, and there is a gradual decline and there is a gradual decline to the exchange rate against the American dollar the last 2 weeks. There was a decline that occurred today, which is when the posting occurred. And we have an article about it. That's 3 weeks in a row now that the American dollar has declined against the Iraqi dinar. That is about the decline again. And now today, another article. I guess in your country. This is called a gradual reduction that will lead them to the 1200 if that's what they want, which I doubt, Eddie. Then, if they choose, they can come out at $1.20 because the dollar is just not valuable anymore and everyone is depegging from it. Yesterday, 5:50 in the morning. Holy cow! I wasn't even 5:50 in the morning. Really? Eddie says today, Sudani said that the budget law must be sent, because that'll open the budget. It must be sent to the ministers of cabinet for study as soon as possible. And that's what I talked to you about. Go ahead. You guys are brand new, aren't you? Go ahead. Take a week. Take 2 if you want. Study the budget, and any questions, let us know. But put everything in priority. What are the very first things that you want, as you know, for your department that we should tackle first? Okay. For studies as soon as possible. Talked about how important it was to get the budget law to them to open up the budget for study. And then a parliament spokesman came out today and talked about how this budget law will be unprecedented one. It will be an unprecedented one. It'll be one that's unprecedented. And how important this budget will be. It will have things in it that no other budget has had. And he expects this to be studied for 2 to 3 months due to the importance of it, saying it's been 18 years of struggle. So this unprecedented budget must be studied to make sure that everything goes right. But we think that he's talking to the new election, to the new elected. Yesterday I respond and I say to him, Eddie, to a degree, they will review it, but it does not have to be studied. It's already been studied by Kazemi and his cabinet and approved and accepted, ready to go. But they will review it. Although I don't think it's going to, 3 to 4 months to do that. Regardless, everything is in the right direction. Everything is positive. Not a single person, not a single country is against what Sudani is doing and the reforms of your country. The only ones complaining are the framework, and even they have come out yesterday and said you will have your government within 60 days. Of course, that's stupid of them to even give you that date. They have no clue, but they are saying this because they want attention, because they think that they're going to be a part of the government. Sadly, they will. But in a very limited capacity compared to the past. Congratulations, Eddie. Your country is about to become a leader in the Middle East and internationally. I say to him, Eddie says, oh no, Oh, that was me. That was me talking. That was me talking. Then Neil tells me, Frank, Eddie says that he is looking for the titanium date that you gave. He's looking at January the 1st. He thinks that we will see a rate change. They going to study and bring it for a vote in January, he believes. Eddie said due to the importance of this budget, here, let me just. Eddie said, how y'all doing? Are they okay, Tink?
Yep.
We're not losing anybody? Okay. Eddie said that due to the importance of this budget, it will take 2 to 3 months to study. But I also agree with you, Frank. 2 to 3 weeks is more than enough to have to get it right. Must be studied by all persons in charge now, especially the new ones. He hopes it's not 3 months, but it's going to take some time, maybe 2 months. Even though Sudani calling for draft to go to council fast so that they can do their review faster too. If it is 2 months, that's with the framework spilled, and that's kind of true to a degree, because November and December are 22. It has nothing to do with anything of the future of Iraq. 2023 does. Maybe January the 1st would be a beautiful day, wouldn't it? I don't know. Maybe 2 months. And then he says, even though Sudani is calling for the draft to go, oh, I read that. Yesterday, 2:49 in the afternoon, Frank, Sudani made a speech about an hour ago, and it's the sole responsibility of the CBI, he told us. He looked right at us and he said, it's the sole responsibility of the CBI to deal with the exchange rate, to be changed. Mr. Frank, he's talking about a change in the exchange rate. Yes. Yesterday they told us that they were going to add value, and CBI only saying Parliament will do their part on here. Let me show you. Saying Parliament will do their part on the budget law to present as soon as possible. They're moving quickly, but the actual changing, we believe, directly on the CBI, and talked about a new slogan to help fight corruption. They're saying it's crucial, and that was the pandemic, something pandemic. What was it? The corruption pandemic? Yeah, that's the new slogan that he's talking about. To help fight corruption, saying it's crucial now to fight corruption so Iraq can grow and thrive in the new world. And I told him, yes, it is called a new world. Today, 8:05 in the morning, Frank, today we see on our news channel 1 TV talking and showing USA ambassador saying how USA will back Iraq new government. No kidding, Mr. Frank. And help with fighting against ISIS. And will help with economic reform. Of course, because and help with economic reform. And they said they will set forth conditions to help with growth of private sector. Sudani also came out again today, Mr. Frank, and made another wonderful speech again, which we like so much. He is in pub. Here, let me show you. Which we like the speech, and we like him so much. We like his in public view a lot. He's in the public view. He comes out a lot, asking for the world constantly to help recover and help hold accountable for those who stole the tax money. We are waiting to hear from the CBI. They are having a meeting again with more banking financial council committee. We believe, Mr. Frank, that they are about to tell us something. Also, the bank auction today dropped significantly. This backs up when you told us that for 3 weeks in a row, the Iraqi, or excuse me, the dollar went down in value against the Iraqi dinar. Oh, today, what time is it? Oh, I'm getting tired. Today, 11:33. Me like a long time. Today, 11:33 a.m. in the morning. Parliament Finance is saying, Mr. Frank, that the 2023 budget will be now around 150 billion. Did you notice last week the articles? Go back and look at them. Go on, go on, go on, go on, go on, go on. Go on. Not now. Wait. Did you see that they all were talking about trillions? And it's going to be trillions. And it's 180 trillion. Trillion. You did notice that, right? Did you? Tell me, yes or no. Did you notice that the articles were constantly talking about trillion? I'm just curious if you caught that. Okay, one person, Kathy Robb, good. Carl says, drink water. I just did. Well, then I want you to notice that this week, it's all billions. Do you remember I told you they'll go from trillions to billions? These are little things, little patterns that when they change, boy, they scream a lot to our teams. Parliament Finance is saying that the 2023 budget will be around 150 billion, and this has services for citizens and should, by the end of November, be sent for study for around 40 days to the council. Then, in late January of 2023, it will be ready to be voted on. That one they will vote. It will be voted on and approved by Parliament, and this will be based on a fixed rate. A program rate is not a fixed rate. Eddie, this thing just threw up on me. Doggone it. Oh, we're almost done. Okay. So, did you catch that? This is Eddie telling me what they told him. The right people. You don't see framework anymore. You don't see them. Malik is like, I'd like to suggest we change. Shut up. Okay. I want to play too. No, it's our turn to play. It's our turn to laugh. It's our turn to be joyful. It's our turn to dance and scream in the streets. You, Malachi, go away. Find a dark, cold spider hole, just like your daddy. 2023 budget will be around 150 billion, and this has services for citizens and. All right. And should be the end of November, sent for study of around 40 days to council. Then late in January of 2023, it'll be voted on and approved by Parliament. And then this will be based on the fixed rate to which price of oil will be either $70 to $75. He's absolutely right. Eddie, I forgot. This whole call is in my opinion. Everything I'm saying tonight is in my opinion. My name is Frank Villa, in my opinion. Okay? Everything. Take our study to God in prayer and ask him, what do you think about his opinion? Anyway, so when he said that to me about the fixed rate, of course it's a fixed rate. It's not a program rate. To the barrel of 70 to 75, I said, you're right. I don't know how you knew that, but yeah. Your government, they're manipulating gold. And when you manipulate gold, you usually manipulate the American dollar. But instead, they're manipulating the reciprocal, which is the oil that was being sold by the dollar. But no more because they're depegging. It's complicated, but it's also really simple. And when you're done painting it, oh, what a beautiful tapestry. Eddie, your government is being introduced to you as the dollar exchange rate gradually decreases through the CBI auctions for the purpose of opening the 23 budget with a new exchange rate for an incredible, historical, gigantic budget that cannot have life at a program rate. You are going from trillions to billions right before your eyes. Just the way we taught you, Eddie. Everything that we've ever told you, you're now seeing it manifest, unfold, revealed, announced to you, Iraqi citizens. It sounded good when we told you, had a little pitter patter in the heart of excitement. But now, because they're telling you exactly what we told you, I think you're in shock. You're not out there celebrating and screaming. You're very focused. Interesting. Today, 3:54 p.m. in the afternoon, Mr. Frank, you're not going to believe this. Malachi, who's out on bond, he put forth a request today on his television to have the dollar exchange rate reduced to 13.75 instead of the current 14.50. Can you believe this man making like this would help and make up the pain of the citizens? The CBI has said nothing yet. They won't. Except Malachi who? What? The CBI has said nothing yet except they have set forth 18 billion in incentives and deals for citizens. You are right about the trillions today, sir. That's all we are seeing today. Nothing else. We want a lot more than Malachi's 1375, laughing out loud. That's not what we need. And Malachi should not be having any day. He shouldn't be having any day whatsoever. In other words, he shouldn't be alive. Okay, I get it. Today, 5:33, I responded. I said, Eddie, Maliki thinks he's still in control, doesn't he, of the Iraqi government? But he's not. Look, you love Kentucky Fried Chicken. You're always talking to me about it. You want to open up a branch in Iraq with me. You know what? That's so much like what's going on, Eddie. The colonel from Kentucky Fried Chicken, he does not own the chicken. He doesn't even own the franchise anymore. He's just a symbol for it. Maliki does not own the government like he used to. He's just a symbol of failure. And I love it. It's our turn. Oh, okay, I got it. Did you have a good time? I hope so. I hope so. I hope you learned some things tonight. I hope that you were motivated. It's exciting what's going on. Let me see. Hold on. Melissa, why are bankers saying revalue this week? Do you not agree, Frank? Why are bankers? I don't know any bankers that are saying that they're going to revalue anything this week. Melissa, no, I don't know of any bankers. Bankers are they're very, very anal. They're very stoic. They're very centered. You know, you go up and ask them, Wells Fargo, you ask them a question. Nope. You're not going to exchange it. Nope. I didn't even say Iraq. Nope. Unbelievable. But that's their policy. They will never say anything, you know. I mean, if they telegraph, the whole bank gets shut down. Ask Martha Stewart. Anyways, Joe says, it was a wonderful call. Thank you. Oh, guys, you should have left Gina Irwin. I agree with what she says. She's being sweet. She's telling Melissa, we don't discuss rates or dates, on this platform. Thank you, Gina. You're so right. We don't. And when someone does bring it up, we help them. We're polite. We don't yell and scream at them. They're newbies. They don't know what they're doing. They're ignorant, and it's our job to help them. Yeah. Did I help you tonight? I hope so. I'll take care of each other, okay? I'll see you again on Monday. It's just that I already know what I'm going to tell you on Monday. Here, let me act nonchalant about it. Yeah, okay. So I'll see you. I don't know. We'll think of something to do, okay? And I mean, it may be boring. You may want to bring your abacus. You may want to bring your video games or something else. But yeah, we'll see what we talk about on Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I love you. In the name of Jesus Christ, I've learned to. I want you to love each other. Love your neighbor. Love your neighbor. The hardest thing for me to do would be to love the person that would kill someone that I love so much. The human nature in me would want to kill them. But in 2 months, I will be completing 3 years. 3 years. With cancer. And it has taught me. It has taught me the value of life. It's not the quantity, it's the quality. And the quality is called Jesus Christ. I love you. I'll see you again soon. If you're not a member of my forum at ktfalways.com, shame on you. Every night, just about, I pour in a lot of information in there that is not released because I won't allow it to be released. I'm tired of people taking our stuff and then changing it. Come and join us at ktfalways.com. If you need me for anything, my name is Frank. My phone number is 419-283-2552. 419er 283-2552. If I don't answer, just leave me a message. And I'll tell you another thing. I don't like texting. Texting, I lose you. I don't know, you can probably see it. It's 185 texts. I got to catch up with these. I would much rather that you send me a voice message. Yeah. Because if you leave me a voice message, I know who you are. I hear your voice. You leave me the questions, and we don't play phone tag back and forth. And I prefer it. I can store it. I can save it. Texts, they all kind of run into each other. You know what I mean? Anyways, y'all take care. I'll see you again on Monday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Wait a minute before we go. Hold on. Ding, 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 ding. We have another winner. Thank you, T-Ball. Thank you for your financial contribution. God bless you. Is that a big arm, a bicep?
It's a boss bicep.
It's a what?
Boss bicep.
Bomb?
Boss.
Oh, boss.
Boss. It says boss under it.
But it looks like a woman with a big hair. Wow,
So she's a boss.
she's strong. I ain't messing with her. Love you. God bless. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
I can't have my cookie, so I'm going to have my aloe vera, okay?
Yeah, you're gonna eat that?
Yeah, I'm going to eat it.
Let me see. Ugh.
Wow.
Yum.
Oh, that's sour. Can I just take the capsule?
Another.
Oh, Robin! Why don't we just stick around a little bit more, Tink? Thank you, Robin, for your financial contribution. God bless you. Look at curls. K-R-U-L. Curl.
Crow.
Curl.
Crow, like a
Crow.
crow. Like a roll, but put a
Roll.
K in front of it.
Curl.
A crow. Or crow.
This English language of yours, I tell you. ¿Por qué no pueden hablar con acento y puedo entender entonces? Esas palabras ni entiendo nada de lo que dicen.
Eso sí que es.
Eso sí que es. Lucy, listen to me.
Linda.
Linda, look, listen. I need my cookie, Linda.
I saw a new cookie today.
What?
It's called pistachio white chocolate.
Oh,
Doesn't it sound good?
yes. Did you say pistachio white vanilla mac cookies in one cookie?
Mm-hmm.
I've had dreams like that.
They're green.
They're green, I know, the pistachios. But pistachios.
Pistachios.
Pistachios. Who did that? The elephant, remember?
elephant.
What did he do? Pistachio. What did he do?
Pistachios.
Pistachios. Let's get out of here.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bible study tomorrow.
Bible study. That was a good elephant.
So it's-